The third key factor to your blueprint for success is the concept of social proof. That's the new version of the words. In the digital world, social proof, ratings, Google, likes, shares, all that kind of stuff. Well, let's break it all the way down to the basics. I want you to be focused because in your particular industry, especially in the home services business sector, what you're gonna find is a lot of people are busy, they don't wanna get involved, but they love stuff. And the real reason you ever get a review or a comment is usually when something's not going right. And not a lot of us take the time to propel and amplify and get people excited about having great service. So you're caught between a rock and a hard place. Ever since the internets, you got a whole bunch of people who, when they get busy or noisy or loud or upset, will get online and say whatever the heck comes into their mind. Now, it's true. Now, the difference is, how does it benefit you? Or does it benefit you? And if you're not focused on what you're doing, it doesn't matter how good your service, how good your product is. If someone's talking crap about you, you gotta be willing to stand up and fight, number one, and number two, prove them wrong. And number three, show everybody what's good. Because at the end of the day, it boils down to a concept called red light, green light. And look, I have a whole video on red light, green light. If you wanna have a look at it, again, just check out the channel. But you're gonna find out very specifically that people in a negative space will get together and be negative. People in a positive space, a lot harder to get together. So the basis of this boils down to something I call red light, green light. Now, red light, green light goes all the way back to being a kid, and there's a whole video I've done on red light, green light and how to basically get into the mindset of your potential customer, your clients, even your sales team. But for this purpose, I want you to understand, negativity breeds negativity. To keep the positivity going, people don't want to be the one that's negative. It's a really weird concept. What it boils down to is, how many testimonials do you have? How much social proof do you have? A lot of our clients, we spend a lot of time rebuilding their social proof. Look, anybody can take the time to type in and do a Google rating or a comment or a give you stars and say nothing. That is easy. What is almost impossible to basically grab a hold of for most companies is the most valuable way to have someone else give you accolades is to have them on video. Now, it's not easy. And a lot of people, oh, I don't want to be on video until they do their own selfies or whatever. You know, people are shy that way or reluctant that way. But if you've got the ability as a company to get some people just to go, you were great on film, on video. So how old am I? On video or digital, then you actually basically have the basis of someone being a third-party testament to what you did for them. And there is no greater marketing on the entire planet, no matter what anyone else tells you, than third-party testimonials. So yes, I'm not saying ratings aren't good, they're great. Because people today go, oh, look, they got a bunch of 5-star ratings. But most of us also know today that you can generate those, you can buy those. You can't always get someone on digital video to basically tell you how good it was. It doesn't have to be flashy. It doesn't have to be scripted. In fact, it's better if someone just goes, hey, I just want to say thank you to such and such, your company, for doing the work. It was great. Or the person that I dealt with was fantastic. Or the service was excellent. Anytime you get that, you want to amplify that as loud, as fast as possible. Even turn it into your ads, because those should be your ads with other people talking about you. Why? You're gonna have ads, you're gonna do different things, you're gonna do different places, but now we have to understand how to put that together in the blueprint. Imagine most companies, even on their website, bury the lead. Now the lead meaning that if you're getting great testimonials or great reviews, why aren't they closer to the top so people can see them right away? Because the first thing people are looking at, and now we're gonna tie back the website so you'll see how the blueprint's connected, is the social proof, and the trust factor has to be in early. That's why your message, your compelling offer to connect them, has got to be above and beyond. And the reason is because most of us want to know if we can trust you and care about you and see value long before we'll ever do business with you. Now, don't get me wrong. If someone basically has a burst pipe in the middle of the night and you happen to be a plumber and you're the only one open 24 hours a day on call, let me tell you, doesn't matter if you're nice, doesn't matter what your website does, we're calling you. Why? I got water pissing all over the place. And that is way more important than basically understanding marketing. What I'm talking about is your everyday, day-to-day, daily rituals. Ability for you to generate consistently the clients that you need. Because not everyone's gonna have a burst pipe. Not everyone's gonna have wires that aren't working. Not everyone's gonna have, oh, my fence has fallen down or my deck needs replaced. Not everyone's gonna say, oh, my flooring just cracked right away. I mean, look, people do flooring. It takes them months to decide, oh, look, we need new flooring. You know the customers, they spend hours. Oh, look, one of these days we're gonna get this flooring done. What happens when you create that compelling reason to get their flooring, their electrical, their plumbing, their roofing, their whatever it happens to be done? It changes the game. It changes the game for you. It changes the game for the audience. We as an audience, we as a market want to know that you care, that you give a crap about why it's important to us. Because if you do, we care about you. It's that simple. It's called the Law of Reciprocation. It's like a pendulum. Think of it this way. The last time you went to a mall and there's a double set of doors and someone holds the first door for you, are you one of those people that feels compelled to hold the second door? Well, that is the majority of the audience. That is the majority of people. They do. We feel compelled. And in that law of reciprocity, think about it. Someone does something for us, we then do something for them. That is literally the majority of how most successful businesses get to the point where they are successful over the long term. Because you got to think long term here. And the social proof that you generate, the testimonials, the ratings, the comments, those things become very, very important to your outcome. Because the more you build, the more trust, the more value, the more customers. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy that most companies do not take the time to build. And if they don't, their competition will. That is why we take every one of our clients at Exposure Marketing and literally leverage down almost immediately on the story, the website mission, and the social proof almost instantaneously. Because those three together change the entire outcome of results. As an example, one of our clients, we were able to take them from a basis of them getting 3 to 5 leads a month to a week to day. Now, let me explain what that means. That funnel to that particular kind of home services business was the ability to have sparingly getting leads over the course of a month period to then narrowing it down to a week to where we honed in, and within literally 30 days, we're generating up to 3 to 5 leads on a daily basis. Now, in the home services industry, you have to understand that can translate into tens of thousands of dollars in conversion from the actual lead. So imagine going from that amount on a monthly basis to on a daily basis. What would that do to your bottom line? What would that do to your company? How would that change your profitability by getting that many leads on a daily basis? Now, individual results may vary, but understand that using the same techniques over and over again drive more traffic, connect more dots, and therefore generate more leads, more customers, and more sales. So, in basically summary of this section, get as many people to talk as many good things about you as possible. Record them when you can, or get them to record. Maybe you do a gifting, maybe you do a contest, maybe you do something, hey, send in a video telling us about your experience with us. And you get to do that because that value, you can't actually put a price on it, because someone saying something great about you in front of a camera is about as valuable as it gets for your actual business.